Hello, Flosstube. It's Nikki Diaz, aka Stitchy Nurse Mama. Hello to all of my pretty and put together peeps, all of my fellow hot mess stitchers. It has been a while since I posted a video. If the lighting looks different in here, that's because it is. So I typically post on the weekends, and my weekends have been insane lately. It has been hard enough trying to find time to stitch, much less trying to find time to film a video. If you've never done a Flosstube, it takes a little bit of setup. You know, I've got to get all your stuff together, and I film in my dining room, so I have to get all this stuff put up, and then you have to figure out what you want to say. So it's not like a small thing, at least not for me. Maybe as I do more of them, I'll be able to get faster at it. But anyway, so it is Tuesday night. It is about 6:45 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm drinking green tea instead of coffee because I can't have coffee this late or I will never sleep. But I said I've got to get a video filmed because if I don't, it's going to be 2 hours long because it's been like a month and a half. So I'm happy to be back, and thanks to everybody who's watching. And if you're a subscriber and you're back, thank you. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around. So yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, this is my mug that my husband made me when we were dating. Yes, it's a phrase of ours. We have it tattooed on ourselves. So as always, as I always say, shameless plug, DerekDiazArt.com. He's fantastic. Check him out. So let's get going. It is April 18th. I think the last time I filmed was early March. So WhipGo and March Madness completely fell off the radar. As I mentioned, life has been crazy. So once a week, I go down to Cincinnati to take care of my grandmother, which is usually on a Sunday or a Saturday. And then my best friend in the entire world, who I've been best friends with since we were 14, recently had a really bad health scare. She's still in the hospital, but she's alive and doing okay. So I'm happy about that, but it was just another layer. And then, of course, just regular life. So anytime my husband and I have had time recently, it's been like we're catatonic on the couch. So I've had quite a few non-stitchy days lately. But I did manage to get some stuff done, so I can't wait to show it and share it to you guys. But I haven't really been keeping up on my WhipGo and Stitchy March Madness, which if you're not familiar with is kind of like the March Madness basketball bracket, except you put your whips on there and you kind of do one every day, and then you see which one wins either by amount of time that you've stitched on it or I do stitch counts personally. I like stitch counts. So what I have discovered about myself is that I am what I am going to call a mood stitcher. So if I'm not in the mood to stitch something, I'm not going to stitch. I can sit there and tell myself all day, this is my day for this, and I'm going to stitch on this, and I'll get into it, and I'll be like, I'm done. And then what's worse is I don't stitch on anything because I feel bad for not stitching on the thing that I said I was going to stitch on. So I think that I'm going to start embracing that a little bit more. As I mentioned in my very first video, this year I want to kind of embrace my journey as a stitcher and stop putting so much pressure on myself. So hashtag mood stitcher. That's me. I'm still going to keep doing my WhipGo because if I am in a mood to where that is inspiring me, then I'm going to do it. But if I'm not, I'm just going to stitch on what makes me feel good. So that's me. Stitch from the gut. Mood stitcher. So first off, I have a finish, which I am in love with. So, ta-da! Isn't it beautiful? So this is Closely Kept number 1 by Shaded Stichery. This piece is so cool and has such a cool story. So I found Shaded Stichery through D's 20 Stitches, and they are hosting a Stitch for Pride all year long. I'll post the link to the video down below, which is really cool. It's learning and some action plans and some fun stitching challenges. And this was my February Stitch for Pride, which the challenge was to stitch on something by a Black designer, which was a lot harder to find than I thought it would be. So I went with what one of the suggestions that Dee had made and checked out Shaded Stichery. So this piece, and actually she has another piece which I've kitted up, I'm going to show you, and ready to go. There are these really cool tin type pictures of anonymous Black people from, I think it's the 1800s, and they're in the Smithsonian, the National Smithsonian of African American History. And on the other side of the picture are these kind of like, it looks like velvet or cloth, and imprinted in them is just cool designs. And Shaded Stichery is creating cross stitch designs out of them, and she has pictures of them in when you buy the pattern. So this is one of them, and I'm just in love with it. I'm absolutely in love with it. I think I'm going to go thrifting to find a really cool, like, kind of, you know, older frame for it. So I'm excited to try and find something. I used Gloriana silk for this, which was the first time I've ever used Gloriana silk, and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice to stitch with. So here it is. And this color is called Rosewood. And it's just, I love deep red. This is what my husband and I call a wedding color, because our wedding had this color in it, this really deep red. Really pretty. And then this fabric is called Jack's Rum, and it is by Fabrics by Steph, which is not a fabric dyer I'd ever heard of. I picked this up when my friend Jeannie and I went to Keepsakes Cross Stitch in Cincinnati last month. I'll talk more about that later. And I just happened to find it in their bin, and I just thought it was, I just love it. I don't stitch on bright colors all that often, and I really like to kind of expand my palette. It's like I can't put everything on Vintage Country Mocha, no matter how hard I try. So, but I love this color combo. Super happy with this. So I highly recommend. It was a really cool stitch. Really cool stitch. So as I mentioned, Shaded Stichery has another one, Closely Kept number 2. Same concept. And so, see if my husband will put up a picture for me so you can see it. And I'm going to be doing it on this beautiful fabric here. This is Fortnite Fabrics, and the color is called Exquisite. And this is a 28 count. That other one was a 32, I believe. So it's a 28 count. And then I think I'm going to do this. This is Silken Colors by the Thread Gatherer. And this color is called Obsidian. So it's this real nice dark purple. So purple on purple. But I really love it. So yeah. So look for that in the future. That's coming. I may make that a Mania start. Haven't decided how much I'm going to dive into Mania this year. So Mania, if you're not familiar, typically you like do like a new start every day, or every week, or you know, whatever floats your boat. I have so many work in progresses, but then I also bought so many new patterns. I mean, I have a ton of haul, you guys. It's insane. So anyway, Closely Kept number 2. Look for that. Okay. Other works in progress. I'm still working on Reaching Skyward by Modern Folk Embroidery. There it is. Keeping up so far, although I'm a little behind for this month. I think I can do it, but I'm a little behind. So I went ahead and this is how much I love you guys. I took this out of the Q-Snap for you. Let me get it going here. Ta-da! Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. I'm just tickled by this one. It's so pretty. So yes, you can see, sorry, clinking everything together here. This is the April section here, and I have to go all the way across with it. So I'm definitely behind on it. But again, I think I can do it. I'm using Classic Colorworks Mistletoe, and Ye Old Gold. So those are my colors for this. And the fabric is 32 count Belfast, and the color is called Plain Air. It's plain as in Plein, not plain as in like rains on the plane in Spain. So yes, so that is that one. That's going to be a big focus piece for the rest of this month. And then I have my Mirabilia Cathedral Wood Goddess. She's so pretty. I love her. This one went into timeout for a little while. I messed up on her hand, and I put it, I was supposed to put like 2 spaces, and I only put 1 space. And so I had to take out it wasn't terrible, but enough to make me put her in timeout. So, but here she is. So this, you can't, I don't know, you might be able to see where the holes are still there. But this is, I had to take this out and this whole section here. So I haven't restarted it yet. I did get some skin color up in here. This is on Picture This Plus, 32 count. The color is called Vellum. And I'm using all the called fors on this. The skin color shows up a little bit better in life than it does on the screen. But I have made some good progress on it. And like I said, I did pick her up and do some of her skin the other day, but I'm still angry at that hand. So I'll have to go back and stitch it one of these days. But I haven't done it yet. I don't know. Do you guys do that? Do you put things in timeout for something that was entirely your fault? I totally do. So that's that one. And then still working on my February Quaker. So this is the monthly Quaker series by NeedleArt by Wendy. This is the February one. And this is the one that I decided I am not going to pressure myself to try to keep up on. Not going to do it. Just going to get them done as they get done. They're really a nice stitch. They're stress-free, really fun. And this is, so that was the January one. And then this one is February. If I get, there we go. I love it. If you didn't watch my last video, I'm doing all the months on one piece because I have a piece where that fits. So I am. But I think they're designed to be separate pieces. But I'm doing them all on this piece, which is a 22 count Ariosa, which I really love. And I'm switching the colors up as as the wind blows. So for this one, I am using Gentle Arts Pomegranate, Silken Colors in Once Upon a Rose, Strawberry Parfait by Classic Colorworks, Rosebriar by Silken Color, Classic Colorworks Wild Berry, another Silken Colors in Antique Roses. This one's got like a really nice, yeah, it's not showing up, but it's got a really nice variegation. It actually goes to like light pink to almost like a light purple. Can't really tell, unfortunately. And then also Cinnamon Toast. So lots of different colors in this one, but I wanted to do several pinks, kind of get into a little bit of a red here, and then I've got this kind of like cinnamon toast color here, and then I'm gonna do that again down here. So yeah, super nice, super fun. I highly recommend those. Like I said, they're just really stress-free. I don't know what that means, but like I don't feel pressured to finish this. If I put in 20 or 30 stitches, I'm like, cool. I put in 20 or 30 stitches on it, and I think that because they're smaller and they're Quakers, you can see a difference. You know, I think sometimes when you do the bigger pieces, you know, if you put in 100 stitches or 200 stitches, you can't really see a lot. You have to do a chunk before you see your progress. So the nice thing about this one is you really can see your progress quite easily, and I think maybe that's what I mean. I do that one on my breaks at work a lot because of that, because if I don't get a ton of stitches in, I still feel accomplished. Other than that, we're going to get into the haul section of this video. Sadly, I have made the decision to abandon my temperature chart. The weather this year is nuts. Now, I live in Ohio. The weather is always nuts. But I feel like this year it's been more extreme. Right from the start in January, we had these crazy warm temperatures, and then it went down and then went up and went down. And it's still doing that. Like this weekend, it dropped by 20 degrees in one day. This Thursday, we're supposed to have a high of 84, and then they're forecasting snow this Sunday. So the whole reason I did this temperature chart, because I wanted that nice gradient that you see from these temperature charts. And mine was just not doing that. It just looked like if you remember, mine was a bookshelf. And it just looked like a bookshelf with random colored books. Like you couldn't see the temperature part of it. So I wasn't enjoying it. I said, I'll try it again next year. And so that's been my decision. I'm like, I'm not going to keep stitching on something I'm not enjoying. Also, I wasn't crazy about the fabric. It was a really stiff Aida that was in my stash. I think it was probably something I got at like Michael's a long time ago. So it wasn't fun to hold. And I don't think I like stitching in blocks. I did the bookshelf because number one, I love books. But number two, I just thought that because they're just blocks, it'd be easy to keep up with. But I wasn't enjoying the process. So there's lots of different temperature charts out there. I've seen a really cool one that people are doing that's like a temperature Quaker, where each section of like the flowers and stuff is the days. So that's pretty cool. And I think Christy's Corner, who did the bookshelf that I got, also has one that's like potion bottles and fun stuff like that. So I might try something a little more interesting than just books next year. So I don't know. But we'll find out. But for now, RIP, temperature bookshelf. So, haul. One of the first things is this awesome kit that I got from Forbidden Fiber Company. They're doing like a Bob Ross series. So this is one of their bags, which I just love. I love this. And I went ahead and got the first chart and kit that they released for this. So it's called it's called Tree Friends. And I should have taken it out of the plastic before I started the video. Here we go. And it says, there is nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. See that? It's just so cute. And I love trees and I love plants. Look at my new plant, everybody. This is Harry. It's actually Harry the second. I have a Devil's Ivy. That's Harry the first. But he's a ponytail palm. My husband and I just got him a couple weeks ago. And I love him. He's so pretty. So yes, I like plants. So I was like, as soon as she put this one up, I was like, mine. That's mine. So yes, and I've started it. I'm not super far along on it. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, that's as far as I've gotten. I am using the fabric she provided, which is Forbidden Fiber fabric in Dovetail is the name of it. And I am using the Forbidden Fiber called for threads. So that's these here. They're so cute. I think this one is exclusive for this. It's called Happy Little Tree. It's this really nice greeny to yellow. Super cute. And the other one, I think this is called Grayish, is I think how I would pronounce it, between beige and gray. This one is Screech Owl. And this one is Deep Sea Dive. So those are the ones that came with the kit. She's got another one out. I did not order that one yet. But I think it's just such a cute idea. And I love her bags. Forbidden Fiber bags are the best. I have another Forbidden Fiber thing to show you here in just a few minutes. One of my favorite pieces of haul, I can't show you guys yet. I was lucky enough to get in on the Spring Fling box from D's 20 Stitches and Uncanny Kari. It sold out in like 15 minutes. As in, I was like in the car and I'd forgotten. I'd had a note on my phone to remind me that it was going on sale. And I'm like pulling over and I'm trying to enter everything in on my phone. And I mean, linen sold out so fast. So I ended up with the Ada, which is fine. But it went so fast. And I can't wait to show you guys this box. It is so cool. There is some cool, I love the patterns. I love the stuff in it. But we have a digital retreat. I think it's on May 7th or May 10th. One of the two. And I can't show you anything until then. So, but I will show you. It's a really cool box and I love it. So, all right. Other than that, okay, so we talked a little bit about the Keepsakes trip. My friend Jeannie and I had never been to Keepsakes. It's, you know, a hop, skip, and a jump down the road to Cincinnati. I live in Columbus, so it's, you know, hour and 45 minutes. So we made a day out of it, and we went down there, and we spent entirely too much money and had a great time and met the folks at Keepsakes, met some of the stitchers there. A couple of them have Flosstubes. I'll drop it down below that I met there. And I mean, everybody's just so nice and so welcoming. And it was such a cool place. There's just stuff tucked everywhere. But my favorite part is that, you know, I find it very hard to buy the fabrics and stuff online because, you know, I know that dyers and stuff, they do the best they can with the pictures and all of that stuff, but it's so nice to be able to see it and feel it and you know, really choose what you want. So that was my favorite part. I got a ton of fabric while I was there, and a ton of patterns because that's what I needed. More whips. So if I decide to do Mania, I'm set. But one of the other things I got was a bunch of the rings. So I had asked folks how you guys store your floss drops because I've really been expanding outside of DMC and my specialty flosses and stuff like that. And they were just kind of like laying around. So what I ended up doing was getting a bunch of these rings and just putting them on rings. So I have rings of flosses and currently they're in one of my plastic bins and I just lay them nice and flat so they don't get all gross. But that's what I'm doing. And I am separating them mostly by designer. So these are all my thread gatherer silken threads, and then these are classic colorworks and so on and so forth. And if I don't have enough of one to, you know, justify putting it on one ring, I just put them together. So, but I'm really excited. So I wanted to share that with you. That's what I've decided to do. I may eventually hang them in my closet or on hooks in my closet. But for right now, at least they are organized. At least they're not getting gross in my bin. So I'm very happy about that. So that's what I've decided to do there. Speaking of threads, I wanted to share this with you. Stitchy Box did this really neat little marketing thing to buy some thread. They had a choose your own adventure kind of package, for lack of a better word, and you picked out one of their colorways, and then they gave you 4 more that they thought went with it, but you didn't know until you got it. And I was like, that's such a fun idea, just fun. And I love that they called it Choose Your Own Adventure. So this is the color that I picked, Flower Silk by Stitchy Box, and the color is called Banksia, and it's this nice orange. Again, I'm trying to brighten up my world. So I got this. This was the one I chose. And then the ones that they gave me were these, which are really fun and exactly what I was trying to do. Trying to get some brights, trying to get something that I probably wouldn't pick out. So this is Goldenrod. This one is Crown Imperial. Nice. It's a little bit, it's like a variegated orange to red, so it's a little more red than what's showing up right here. But very cool. These two are nice because they're so variegated. This one's called Apollo Sunlight, which is really cool. It's got white and yellow and orange and red in there. And then this one's called 70s Kitchen, which is, I mean, it's so 70s Kitchen. They could not have come up with a better name for this. The browns and the red and the yellow. I mean, it's just so cute. So I thought that was so neat. I have no idea if that's still going on or not. I like Stitchy Box. You should, subscribe to their newsletter, and because this was a really fun idea, and the price was good. The price was totally right. So definitely check that out. That was really, really fun. So yes. I need to put these on separate floss drops though, because you can see there's no big hole. They're not going to work on my new storage system. So I have to fix that. Oh, this was my treat to myself. So I have been eyeballing the Hawk Run Hollow series by Carriage House Samplings for a while. So I finally popped on one. And again, I should have taken it out of the plastic before I started the video, but I didn't. So I'm doing Map of Hawk Run Hollow. I love this one. I love all of them. I really do. But I decided to start with this one. One of my groups online, my kind of challenges group, they do a lot of really fun challenges. And one of them this month is to stitch on a map. And I was like, I don't have a map, but I want one. So I got it. And the called for are NPI silks. And so I went ahead and got those too. Ta-da! So I got the NPI silks that go with it. And then I ordered a piece of Roxy Flosstube linen. My first time ordering from them. I love their Flosstube. If you, the Evertote Flosstube between two whips. Super fun. I love Roxy Flosstube's stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to start ordering them. So this is my fabric. Look how gorgeous. It's just beautiful. It's again, it's getting a little washed out by this light. It's got a little bit more peachy brown to it than the light is giving it. But it's just gorgeous. This is, I have no idea how to pronounce this. Panettone on 36 count, which I don't typically do. So we'll see if my almost 42-year-old eyes can take it. I've got some pretty powerful magnifiers if I need it. But I'm really excited about that. I'm planning on starting that tonight. That one's not waiting till May. I'm starting that one now. So excited about that. I just got all that. I got the fabric in the mail yesterday. So very excited about that one. Let's see. And then I told you the haul section. This video is just haul. It's a couple whips and a ton of stuff. That's what this video is. So if you're still with me, awesome. I got the Forbidden Fiber Company Spring Treasure Trove, which was so cute. I'm not going to go through every little thing. It had lots and lots of little fun stuff in it, all spring themed, all about butterflies and fun spring things. It even came with a little pack of seeds, which I have planted in my planter outside, which is starting to sprout little sprouts. So I'm excited about that. But it came with one of their bags. And as previously mentioned, I love their bags. So look at that, cute. These are hand-dyed bags that she makes. So cute. Little butterflies. And then it also came with a pattern with fabric and threads. So this, again, I didn't take it out of the plastic. Are we seeing a pattern? This butterfly, this spring fever butterfly. It's so cute. I really like it. It's just simple and beautiful. It's really cute. And then the fabric that it goes on is called Waterfall. Gotta take it out of the plastic. Which is just the slightest hint of blue. You can kind of see that. You can kind of see the little modeling there. And slightest hint of blue, which is really nice. And then all the threads for that is right here. So yeah. Really liked it. It was a really fun box. There's so many fun boxes right now. I know Forbidden Fiber Company's got a couple I wanted, and Fangirl Fibers has several that are just awesome. I know I've got one of theirs coming. It's a 12 Days of Summer kind of Jaws countdown box. I think that one's coming in July, so excited about that. But there's so many cute boxes out right now. And then other than that, I just wanted to kind of show you guys some of the patterns that I picked up at Keepsakes. This one's called A Bushel and a Peck. And it says, love you, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck, which is something that my mama said to me all the time when I was young. So I'm going to try to stitch this up for her. She's 88. I haven't made her anything in a long time, so she's due. She's up. And I got this fabric. It's another Fortnite. It's called Eccentric Sky that I think I'm going to put it on. So I think that'll look really cute. So I'm excited about that. And then I got this Something Wicked This Way Comes. This is actually what I bought the Jack's Rum for, was this piece. But then I got more than I needed so that I could use it for other things. So you can't really see the lettering. I'll probably do the lettering a little darker. But I got that. And then I got these super cute pirate ones. My husband and I, we like pirates. We went as pirates last year for Halloween. We rocked. It was a great costume. And these are just these adorable pirate ones. Shiver me timbers, and it's a snowman pirate. This one says, the beatings will continue until morale improves. This one says, love pirate, you've plundered my heart. I just think these are so cute. And there's a whole bunch of them. So I picked up those. And I picked up this cute little owl. He's so cute. And this one, which I can't find a fabric I like for it. It's called a wedding row. It says, of my love, be sure. And then you can personalize it here. I generally don't like stitching on yellow. The gold is one thing, but yellow, anytime I've ever tried it, I don't know. I don't do it. So I haven't decided yet. You guys have suggestions for me? What color should I stitch this on? I mean, I could always just do like a white or an off-white. It's probably the safe bet. But if you're more creative than I am and you have thoughts, leave me a comment. Let me know what I should stitch that on. And then I got some Halloween ones, because who doesn't love more Halloween stuff? Super cute. And then the other thing, if you go to Keepsakes, they have freebies, guys. They have freebies. They have freebie patterns. You just have to look for them. They're on paper. I don't want to like show the patterns too much. But yeah, they're just hidden away everywhere as you're looking at stuff. Just freebies hidden everywhere. So I grabbed a bunch of those too, because why not? I'm going to live forever, right? I can do all the projects. So anyway, that's the insane haul video. Hopefully I'll have more stitching and less haul for you next month. Well, hopefully I do a video before next month. Anyway, happy stitching. I love you guys, and I'll hopefully see you soon.